Hello, lovely people. How are you doing? Welcome to the Online Memory Afternoon, episode 98. We're the Warm and Toasty Club, and my name's John O'Casson. How is your life? How are your lives? Good. Here we report from the new city of Colchester. It's a bit grim and raining, but the news will soon filter through, and it will be sunshine all day long. Every day in Colchester from now on will be lovely sunshine. Has been nice. Doesn't it make a difference to your life when the sun's shining? It does to mine. I think everyone's happier. Nice just to be outside. We've got a lovely show for you this afternoon. What have we got? Well, we've got the retro raffle as always. We've got a memory of the week. We've got Jeanette's poem of the week. And I'm very, very pleased to say that we've got a fabulous guest called Mr. Paul Mosley, who have been trying to get on the show for a little while. He's very in demand, very in demand. And he's going to be with us singing all the way live from Kent this afternoon. Looking forward to that. We've also got a new feature called Street Game of the Week. Wonder what that's going to be about. Street Game of the Week, I wonder. But anyway, we've also got two lovely people, namely Tom Hardy and Jeanette Lyons. Let's see if we can find them, bring them forward. Hi, guys.
Hello.
How are you doing? Oh, Jeanette, we can't hear you, but you're looking great. Yeah. She's having the gremlins today, Tom, isn't she?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Can't hear you, Jeanette. Have a look. Have a read of the situation. Hi, Christine. Nice to see you. Hope you and Brian are well. Inside today, just until this rain passes, eh, Chris? I don't know, Jeanette, why it is. I would say it's me. You can't hear me.
Can you hear me?
You can hear me, can't hear me. Okay, I'll tell you what. Tom's going to just hold the fort just for space, and I'm going to just refresh my page. One moment. I'll start at the very beginning.
I still can't hear you, though, Jeanette.
No, I can't hear her. Can you hear me, Tom?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just Jeanette.
I think it's Jeanette's fault.
I'm going to use Christine. Chrissy, can you hear me and Tom? Hi, Chrissy. Can you hear? I've muted her. Oh, Jeanette, I'm so sorry. You're unmuted, Jeanette. Oh, no, you're not unmuted. Oh, you are. Oh, the joys of broadcasting on the interweb.
I could see that you'd muted me, and I was trying to say, it's you. It's you.
Yeah, I thought you meant me. You know what it was? Before we come on air, Jeanette was moving stuff around.
Tidying up.
Tidying up. She is the
tidy up when people are coming round, right?
The noisiest tidy upper in the world. I thought, I can't hear myself, fake woman.
I didn't have the Hoover out or anything.
No, you didn't have the Hoover out. You just were bashing things into tin cans. It's a bit like you was playing Tin Tan Tommy or something. Anyway, how are you, Jeanette?
I'm great. Thank you very much. Really good. Lovely to see you guys.
Likewise. And Tom, you're okay?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Good.
Any highlights of your last fortnight?
Ooh, highlights. I don't know, really.
You've been gigging, Tom. I've seen on Facebook. You've been doing fabulous gigs.
Well, I've been all right. Yeah, I've been up to Lowestoft.
Did you take your passport?
I did. I was stopped at the border. It's a bit worse getting into Norfolk, though. Yeah, Suffolk, you're all right.
They're all right. They let anyone in.
Yeah, it's really the Suffolk-Norfolk border that you need to worry about.
Yeah, tough times.
They're very picky about who, you know. If you're from Norfolk, you don't really want to go to Suffolk, and if you're from Suffolk, you don't want to go to Norfolk. It's all right. Essex is fine, apparently.
Yeah. All good.
And thanks, Christine. I saw that. It was me messing up things. Jeanette, what's your highlight of the last fortnight?
Well, I went to see Gilbert O'Sullivan.
Ooh.
Yeah, just over a week ago. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. I didn't realize how much his music meant to me, and I think he was the soundtrack to my early childhood because he was my mum's favorite. He's I think he's 75. He sounds just the same. He's just lovely, and his songs are so warming and lovely. Some of them are a little bit sad. I did cry in several, but not because they were sad songs, just because they were just so moving and so lovely, and just making me think of my late mother. But it was gorgeous, and I was saying before we came on air that it's just amazing. You can't remember what you did yesterday, but you remember all the words to all of Gilbert O'Sullivan's songs from the 70s.
Yeah, I'm trying
That's
to think.
highlight.
So there was Claire, Alone Again, Naturally,
Matrimony,
Nothing
rhymed. My favourite.
Was there one called Get Down? You're a Bad Dog, Baby.
You're a bad dog,
you
baby.
well.
Yeah, that one. I will. There's just so many. They're lovely. Really lovely.
Hello to Keith. KGB, welcome. How are you?
I saw KGB last weekend. I went to visit him on his boat. That was really nice.
Did he play you any Gilbert O'Sullivan?
No, he didn't. He wasn't very interested at all, I think, in Gilbert O'Sullivan. That's not his kind of music.
No, he likes heavy thrash metal, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, actually, my band have got a gig tonight in Tom's Road, around the corner from Tom.
It's the next
and that's, I think KGB's coming to that because we're obviously thrash metal kind of band.
Yeah, I've heard. I've got the album. It's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, let's go retro raffle. It's the retro raffle. It's coming to your screen. Oh yeah. It's the retro raffle. Never has been seen. It's the retro raffle, and it's coming to your screen. Oh yeah. It's coming to your screen. Retro raffle, Facebook Live. Yeah, indeed, Mr.
I can't wait to see what the prizes are. I'm so excited. The prizes every time are just, I want them all.
Well, I mean, I've only quickly just done the prizes because I was very late to the stage this afternoon. But yes, so the question. Well, now let me show you the prize. This is. Hold on, have I done the right one?
Put my glasses on.
Yeah, it's all interwebbed, all interlinked.
Ooh.
You'll see as things develop, you'll see why they are there. These are a pair of retro, vintage, I should say, plimsolls. I don't know about you two, but that's what you had to wear in PE, physical education. And my mum used to buy them from Woolies, from Woolworths. Did you have white ones or black ones? What were you like in the dark ages when you were at school, you two?
Black, definitely. Just like those. Sometimes with laces, I think, but they'd have been my brother's hand-me-downs. They always had holes in the toes. That's what I remember.
Did he have very long feet?
No.
He just had one long toe.
A very big long toe.
It didn't matter. We had to wear them whatever size they were.
Did you wear these sort of things? Sometimes you wore white ones, I believe. Some people.
Were they? I mean, there were white ones, weren't there? But I always thought they were sort of a bit bigger and a bit chunkier, the white ones.
Yeah.
I think
they had plastic bits over the toes.
Yeah.
And they were tennis shoes, though, weren't they?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But those, for gym, always had to wear those, didn't you?
Yeah. And hockey boots were like them, but with laces and further up the ankles.
I wore a pair of football boots with moulded studs on to school once. I walked to school with them on. I don't know why. I think we didn't have time. I put a hole in a shoe. We didn't have time to replace them. So my mum said, you're just going to have to wear your football boots to school. It might have been for a week. We were quite poor. Those ones have been brushed up by Dirty Barry. You can't definitely get that pair. He's put them in this where he didn't. It wasn't a steaming. He used the iron and the kettle, or one of the two, and he just got a toothbrush and he brushed them over a little bit. They're in various sizes. Some of them are rather worn than that, but I didn't have time for him to get pictures. Poor, oh poor, the private sherry is a Gilbert O'Sullivan favourite of mine, says Keith. Poor, oh
Gilbert
poor.
O'Sullivan. That's
You see what he's done there.
See what he's done there? He's been clever with words.
well, it wasn't funny last week because I don't like Gilbert and Sullivan. so
So-
I really don't like them.
You got no chance there, KGB.
No, sorry, KGB.
Good try. Yes. Anyway, the question, which might seem a bit random when you see the prize, but you'll see how we develop the show as we go on. Can you? And I know this. Well, maybe there's a few people out there in the rain. I was going to say you're all out in the sunshine, but of course there is no sunshine. Can you name 3 types of desserts, puddings from the 1960s or 70s? Let my sweet tooth go forth. A lot of mine used to come in packets, and then you would mix it. You'd add a liquid to it. Hey, study.
Was that smash?
For pudding.
That's all we couldn't afford anything else. We
I
put
did
a bit of
have
sugar in it.
We did have quite a lot of smash. Sugar.
Yeah, the
Did you?
dessert. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of money, so we
Oh,
just
bless you.
smash for mains, and then put a bit of sugar in it for dessert. Yeah.
We had mash, and I remember it was packets, and then only later it come in the tubs, didn't it? Like the family version. Maybe. I don't know. Jenny says, I've just popped in to say hi before I go out. Oh, Dr. Jenny.
hi, Jenny.
Didn't realise you'd be here. Thanks for popping in. I hope your going out is a good going out. And she says, Angel Delight. That was one of the ones you mix.
There we go.
What did you add
That's
to
what I was-
Angel Delight? Was it just water? No milk?
Oh, I think it might be milk.
Milk.
Yeah,
Milk.
milk. And then
And there was only full fat milk back in the day, wasn't there? There wasn't semi-skilled.
yeah, Gold Top. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
get cold top and just the normal
normal.
milk, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
we
you
had-
could get green top, couldn't you? Which was it
Green
green top? But there
Was
was
it Red Top.
there was one that you could get that was unpasteurized in the old days,
Oh.
which had a different top on it, a different, not
Yeah.
gold or silver, but something else.
Yeah.
Warning. A health warning.
It's much nicer unpasteurized milk, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't got out before. You can get Angel Delight now, she says. They've revived it. Thanks, Dr. Jenny. I don't know I'm allowed it. What milk do you drink, Jeanette?
Me, semi-skimmed.
Oh, that's good. Because I went on some soya ones with no additional sweetening. Didn't like it. I have had it before. And then I went on skimmed milk and it was just like,
Yeah. White water.
it was white water.
Yeah.
White water.
My daughter's very young and trendy and verging on vegan, if you can say that. And she has oat milk. And whenever she comes to stay, I always have to get some oat milk in. And when I go to her house, she always says, oh, bring your own milk or just you use what I have. And I've had it in my cup of tea. I don't have milk very much, but in tea I do. And it just tastes a bit porridgey.
Yeah.
like you've stirred your tea with the spoon from your porridge. But yeah, it's all right.
It's quite
But I
sweet
don't know
as
whether she
well,
has
isn't
to-
it?
I
It's
don't know
quite
that
sweet,
she has a
isn't it,
sweetened one. I think she has an unsweetened one.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. It all just tastes a bit sweet, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
really
think I've
nice.
had a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a little tiny stick of chocolate that was given to me. And because I haven't eaten chocolate in a couple of months, it tasted like ridiculously rich. It was just regular chocolate. I tasted it. It was so sweet. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm like that with anything sweet. I haven't really eaten sugar for years, but occasionally when you have a little treat, wonderful.
Yeah, I
Nice.
must ask you a couple of questions. I've got a few afterwards about sugar stuff. But anyway, Christine says, Spotted Dick jam roly-poly pudding and treacle pudding. Oh, I want them all.
Yes.
Keith says,
Treacle pudding, lovely.
oh, yeah. Keith's going, Bird's Angel Delight. Has to be Bird's. He's
He's put Brid's Angel Delight.
Brid's Angel Delight. Is that some moody one local to
I
him?
don't know. Yeah, maybe
Own
it's
brand. Custard at 36.6 centigrade, is that? And Granny Sherry Trifle. Hick.
trifle.
No, I don't want any trifle. If it's got sherry in it, I don't like the sherry.
That's my favourite bit.
Do you probably like that? What's it? The cake that's got
Tiramisu. No,
no, not tiramisu. The forest gâteau one with cherry.
no, don't.
No,
I don't like that. I don't really like fruit in things. And I mean, talk about sherry trifle. Some people would put tinned fruit, mixed fruit in the bottom. And I never liked that. But then I discovered that if you make a pink sherry trifle and you put just some raspberries in the bottom or strawberries, or even for the sponge, instead of those biscuity, spongy things, if you use a cut up Swiss roll as the sponge, it's just lovely. You can do all these things. You can experiment with a trifle and make it just how you like it. And I didn't used to like custard very much, but you could use like pink blancmange or something, or pink custard, and that made it nicer.
Well, funny you should say that, Chris. Christine's just said blancmange. She must have known.
Yeah, there you
were
go.
gonna say it. It's like talking about things that we eat and all these nice sweet things. It's too much. I can't watch cookery shows. Well, I never was able to watch much of them anyway. I didn't like them, but you watch them and you get hungry.
Yeah, my sister watches them all the time. That's her favourite thing. She's all about food and drink. And so when she's watching TV, if we're not watching a series of or film together, then she'll have cookery programmes on or doing up houses.
There's a lot of them. Yeah, but she makes really nice sandwiches for you. So that's
Oh, she does. Do you know what? This morning she got up and we go swimming at 6 o'clock in the morning. We did that and came back. And then she cooked some eggs. She hard-boiled some eggs so that we could have egg mayonnaise sandwiches for lunch. I've already had mine. I think she had hers for breakfast. Yeah, but it does make you hungry watching cooking shows, definitely.
I'm really hungry now. All I had was some dried gluten-free wheat bits type thing.
Oh,
No milk,
lovely.
just dry.
Hang on. This is my little violin. I'm just playing.
You bad to me. You bad. What did you have for breakfast, Tom?
Me, I just had a bit of toast, I think. Yeah. I
wrong.
was going to the dentist. I had to go to the dentist this morning, so I didn't really want to go mad
No.
with them.
No garlic.
No.
Not this time.
It was a bit trouble, I had to go yesterday, so it's 2 days on the trot to the dentist.
Trauma. That's trauma.
That is
Right?
trauma. I mean,
Yeah. Have you had some work done?
no, I just went for a checkup, and then they said that I should have my teeth cleaned, and there was one the next day, which was really unusual. But I think somebody just phoned up to cancel, so they just put me straight on it. I almost said no because it was the next day, and I didn't want to do 2 in a row.
Yeah.
It's an hour. I mean,
Get it out of the way, though.
yeah, but it's an hour there, isn't it? You're cleaning your teeth for an hour.
I don't know.
Is it?
How dirty were your teeth?
An hour? Cool. They didn't do that in my day.
They book you in for an hour for your
Oh,
dental hygienist. Yeah,
because it costs so much money now, doesn't it? It was something like £50 last time I had mine.
55. But but because it's a school there, we get ours for free.
Ooh. The kids do it on you.
The trainees. She was only 10.
Did a lovely job.
Barely reach up on the thing.
Oh,
No,
I'll
she's
tell you
very
what,
nice. Very nice. I think
we tell the world all about our lives, don't we?
Give us a big smile, Tom, close to the camera. Let's have a look at your lovely white teeth.
they're not very white, but they're very gappy again. You know, when it's once you've just had them clean, they will feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I used to have a bigger gap, but I looked the other day, and it seems
Yeah, I used to have a big gap in the front teeth, but it's all closed up.
and I
I
still
think
ain't
that's
got no
called
money.
central eating.
Central eating.
You've been seeing Keith too much, I think.
Is that one of his jokes I've stolen?
I don't know. It just sounds like it a bit, doesn't it? I mean,
No, I think it's a Gary Leach one.
yeah.
Oh, Keith.
Oh, I didn't mention him today.
We're going to award
You
some of those.
I think.
We're going to award some of those plimsolls to Christine and Jenny and Keith, and probably because you're the only viewers at the moment. The only thing going fortnightly, I'm worried that sort of like, will the audience drop away? I can't see how many people are out there just watching. Some people listen. Some people don't like to look at us that much. 5. There you go.
But people watch it on catch up. I know there's a lot more that watch it in their own time.
Yeah. Dave Collison, he's here. Hello, Dave. I'm glad you're there. Keith's laughing. He's head off. And we are going to go with the memory of the week.
Memory of the week.
So linking into those plimsolls that you saw just a moment or two ago, the memory of the week for just you 5 people is, and I'll ask this of both of you, when you were a kid, where did you play out? So, as an example, I grew up initially in a big road, a sort of old-fashioned road in Dalston, Hackney, and then we moved to a modern council estate. And that to start with, there was like 1 or 2 cars down the road, 3 maybe at times. So we played out on the street, lots of street games, of more later. But we also had sort of rivers and parks near us that we could go and explore. How about you, Tom? Whereabouts did you play out when you were young? Because you lived in different places, didn't you?
Yeah, so until I was about 6, I just used to play on the beach mostly.
Wow.
And then actually when we moved, I used to play on the beach as well, but in Mersey. So we lived at East Mersey, so we were down there, and that had nice woods and stuff to go along, which most of it has been eroded now, which is quite interesting when you go back.
Yeah.
So over, period of 40, 45, 50 years or whatever, it's shrunk quite a lot. Yeah.
Is that near Cudmore Grove?
Yeah.
Love Cudmore Grove.
Yeah. So all those pillar boxes that are now in the sea weren't in the sea when I was a boy.
Right.
They were, and so we used to sort of play in quite a lot of them and mess about. That was quite nice. And then we came into Colchester. Yeah, and we lived in Grinstead, so we had quite a lot of woods and stuff there, which was just used to go out really all the time.
Yeah,
used to walk over to the Wick from Forest Road. Used to walk all the way over to the Wick and collect the spent army cartridges from the shooting range over there. Used to do that.
What, just collect them?
I used to go there because they'd been shooting all day or whatever, and then used to find loads of cartridges there. That used to be a thing for a lot of kids, actually. Used to walk all the way over there. And that was,
I think it's lovely. It's a lovely, if you had the opportunity in your childhood, which hopefully most of you watching or listening did, it's a wonderful place to go to think of where you played out when you were a kid.
I don't think we were in very much. Used to play down on Salary Brook as well. Used to go down there quite a lot. And then when I was a bit older, I suppose teenager, we used to go sailing and stuff, which was nice. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. It's idyllic lifestyle. What about you, Jeanette? Did you play out in the street or in the field?
Not in the street. We always had houses with gardens, and so we played in the garden a lot. But mostly we used to like to go to woods and play in woods and build dens and tree houses and things like that with my brothers and our friends. So it was lovely. I kind of remember that. And I think when I was older, when I was a teenager, because girly, we kind of didn't want to play out and get dirty and messy, and we'd kind of go around each other's houses and listen to music and things. But when my daughter was little, it was lovely. I used to go and pick her up from school and take her into the woods, Roe Hedge, and just play and climb trees and things.
And leave there.
Leave her there. She's still tied to a tree now.
Run away.
Take some of her friends, and it was really shocking that some of her little girly school friends had never been in the woods, and they'd never played out, and they were really worried about getting their socks dirty and getting their dress dirty. And it was like, you've got a washing machine. And they never ever went out because their parents were just busy all the time, I guess, and to have somebody look after their kid after school was great, but they weren't quite expecting to kind of just be out properly playing outside. They were expecting to go around for tea and do colouring, which we do as well. But it was just I liked Neve to experience all the a lot of the same stuff that I used to do, and use their imaginations and
totally
play hide and seek in the woods.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it changed years later. Let's see what people are saying. Dave Collison. Hi, Dave, again. Oh, love the jingle. Thank you very, very kindly. Very kindly. Keith says, farmland and islands on the river Nada. Is that Nada? Between Salisbury and Wilton. Christine says, we had a large garden living in the country. We went for country walks. Was that in Ardley, Chris? I think it was. You lived in Ardley, didn't you? Dave says, we just played up and down our street mostly. Sometime went to the local small park. Same sort of thing for me. We had a place near us called a river called the River Lee, and there was an island on there that had a swing built onto a tree. So we used to go there quite a bit, I seem to remember. Christine says, we had a large garden and living in the country, so we had walks and played in the woods and catching sticklebacks in the stream. Oh, that takes me right back. I went to a park near where we lived, Victoria Park, and we went fishing and we caught a stickleback and we brought it home in a bucket full of water. And we were feeding it bread, and it died the next day. Sorry for that stickleback. Always feel bad about that, but I tell it like I don't care, but I do.
And it's got a similar story. But she was out in the garden, went out in the garden, and there was a baby, maybe a robin or something, or a blackbird on the tree. And she probably won't like me for telling you this story, actually. So she thought, I'll get the camera and take a photo of this lovely little bird. So she ran in, got the camera, took the photo, the flash went off and killed the bird.
No.
Just dropped it off dead.
She's a bird killer.
He is. Murderer.
Murderer. Oh, dear, that's terrible. Oh, she'll kill you later if she knows about this.
She's got a lovely picture of the little bird.
Lovely picture, though. Framed it and everything. Got it near the.
Have killed.
Got it near the Arga. Yeah.
There's a whole wall of them.
Yeah.
A different way to display your trophies. Oh, don't.
Does she have little plaques with their heads on them sticking out of the wall, like a stag's head?
No, just the photos.
Dave says, where was that near, Jono? We were in Edmonton, so also near the Lee. Yeah. Well, for us, I grew up in Hackney, so the Lee we used to go to, there was a lovely pub nearby as well that did cockles and mussels and that we used to go to with my dad and mum all the time. That it was near Clapton, so it's up from Clapton Pond and up from the roundabout, just a little bit up. Millfields, was it called, near there? Just a little bit past the pub, and just before where the ice rink was, there was a part of the River Lee that was the island, and just past Clapton. That's where we were, and that was our memory of the week. Yes, Tom.
There's a few islands on the Lee, aren't there? Because I think some used to have allotments on. I think until until they built the Olympic Stadium. Destroyed it.
Flattened them all.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was there, it was pretty rough and ready. The river was, full of all sorts, and the area probably was. We might look it through rose-tinted glasses, but it was a bit of a rough and ready place. But you'd go out all day, and my parents weren't with me when we went down to the island. It was just me and my mates. Such freedom, which, it changed, didn't it? Things changed.
We used to walk. I mean, we would. Yeah, I mean, even as teenagers, we would walk down to Mersey and things from Colchester. I mean, it's just you'd walk lots of places, wouldn't you? I mean, the
Yeah.
amount of mileage you must have done.
I know. I used to walk everywhere. Well into my, 40 odd years, I would say I walked to most places as much as I possibly could. And I was much healthier for it than I am now. But there
I was
we go.
thinking about walking. I did. I walked around Mersey Island a few years ago with Ian Thurgood, and we walked the whole outer rim of Mersey Island, and it was 13 point something miles on a walking app that he had, so we knew. And I wondered, because of the erosion, I wonder if that circuit is now smaller than 13 miles.
Yeah.
Well, when I did it when I was younger, it was 28 miles around.
He's on the wind up, ain't he?
I didn't fall for it that time. Usually I do. I'm so gullible.
Nearly. Christine says, collecting frog spawn, watching them grow into frogs. Their mum made us eat them in sandwiches. Oh no, I misread that. Their mum made us take them back to the stream. I love that now. We've got a number of little ponds in our garden where they lay the frog spawn and grow into frogs, and we've had newts, and I absolutely love it, just being in the garden and just the joy. I was talking about it last night, just finding it sounds as soft and ridiculous, but just taking a moment to listen to your garden or to listen to nature and the birds is so relaxing. Anyway, we should see if Mr. Paul Mosley's available to come and join us. Let me see. I'm looking on my screen. I can see he's there. He's looking good. He's waving, and he's here. Hi, Mr. Paul. How are you, mate?
Very good, thank you. Yes, enjoying listening to memories of playing out.
Did you play out when you were young, Paul?
Yes and no. When I was 5, I'm from Hartlepool in the northeast. When I was 5, we moved to a big house. Lucky us, but it meant I wasn't near any friends. So we used to live in a little grove that was very contained. We'd all just play out in the grove, and it was very safe. And then we moved to where there was no one else to play with. I used to basically play it on a tip, which is next to our house. I would take my dog for a walk on the tip all day because she loved it, obviously, because there's stuff everywhere to dig around through. So there's quite a few years, I think, before I was old enough to be allowed to go further afield on my own, where I'll just play out in a tip, which makes it sound like a very northern industrial life, I know.
Did you also, when I was growing up, there were lots of dogs that weren't walked, but were just around all the time, just free roaming?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was the biggest shock to me. I think when we moved when I moved down to London, you just didn't see kids and you didn't see dogs anywhere. I was like, where's all the kids and all the dogs gone? But it turns out if you move to in Soho, there's no kids and dogs, but elsewhere there are.
Well, yeah, there might be a few dogs in Soho, but that's another story. We're so pleased to have you with us, Paul. Paul Mosley, ladies and gentlemen, been wanting to get Paul on for a while, but he's just been in demand. And we had you at a show. I was trying to think how long ago. You played at one of our shows at Colchester Arts Centre. It must have been 6 or 7 years ago, do you think?
Yeah, it was. I had to. I was doing the Edinburgh Fringe at the time. I had to break from the Fringe, get the train back to Colchester, then go back and do the Fringe again because I had already moved the date once. I wasn't going to move it a second time. So that must have been 2016.
Wow, that's really good of you. I've heard stories of other people, musicians. We had my little brother came from Cumbria, booking artists from all over the country. But
you're very international, Jono. It's good.
Yeah, well, it's just the quality of the music that I like. It's good. It doesn't matter where it's from, and if you can get to us, that's great. And now we have this thing called the internet, and you coming from us live from Ashford in Kent.
This is correct, yes. We also, with a very lovely garden to be very excited about. I definitely agree with listening to your garden. I do it for quite long periods of time. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. I just noticed it at the weekend. I mean, I noticed it lots of times, but at the weekend I just took 5 minutes. And for some reason it was great, but there's always a little light aircraft flying over Colchester. Did you ever hear him, Tom and Jeanette? He's there all the time. I think it's like he loves coming over my garden.
Just one.
Just the same bloke.
Same one.
Taking photos of me in my little smalls in the garden.
So
For Google Earth.
nude sunbathing you do. That's what it is.
Well, You want to talk to Jeanette because she does her gardening in a bikini, didn't you?
I do, yeah.
The neighbours love summer.
Yeah, well, luckily it's no Mo May.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And I think next month might be Just Leave It June. The month after.
That sounds like something you would say to
Jeanette's
your
on
wife.
holiday.
Something.
Just leave it to.
Leave it, June. I've had enough of it.
It's not worth it. Just
May.
leave it to.
Exactly.
Don't moan, May.
Yeah, exactly. You've nicked these from 70s wife abuse. Anyway, let's get Paul to sing, shall we? Yes.
Look what you've done to him, the poor fella. You make him laugh and then say, right, sing.
I am going to sing a song. Thank you, John, for asking me to do this. Very nice to be here. I knew the running order of things today before today, so I did do a song about not playing out very much and not being one of the cool kids when you're a kid. So I thought it would fit in with your memory of the week. So this is called Cool Kids. And here it goes. We were never cool kids, we had no pride. Hiding in our rooms all the summertime. Missing out on hanging out with the wrong crowd. We're living it like they loved it in the sunshine. In the sunshine. Sunshine. Sunshine, oh the sunshine. Now I walk the road, I walk with head held high, knowing only I can be the one to live my life. All the things I used to be that brought me here, although sometimes dark, really made that spark, and that spark has grown into a fire. And that fire is mine, oh mine. We were never cool kids, and that's just fine. Every fire burns in its own time. You never know what's down the road, and that's alright. Living it like you love it in good time. The sunshine, 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 oh the sunshine. So walk the road with me with head held high, knowing only you and I can be the ones to live our lives. All the things we used to be that brought us here, although sometimes dark, really made their spark, and that spark is burning as you go, and that fire is yours and yours alone. Oh, thank you for sharing my lyrics.
That was fabulous. I love that. Not what I was expecting, as you know.
Too many clothes on to start with, I think. Yeah.
There was some suggestion earlier. I had a wardrobe malfunction, a very minor one with this phone. And the suggestion was that my act was going to be rather more revealing than it really is.
Oh, that was lovely, Paul.
Thank you.
You are a very talented man. One of my favourite singer-songwriters in the country, ladies and gentlemen. He really is a talented man. You need to check him out. And he's here with us. Dave Collison says, excellent.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. I was slightly distracted by somebody sent me a message so that when I shared that Colchester was going to become a city, somebody that I shared the badge of honour of Colchester, and somebody said, I don't know if you noticed, but the one you shared, somebody had written a Nazi sign in the middle.
There is a swastika in the real one.
That's what I thought.
You know, there is one.
And I just thought, oh God, I've got to take it down. And I was distracted. I'm wanting to listen to Paul, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do?
That's what it is. You can't take it away. There is just a swastika in the middle.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right then.
That's all right then. As long as it's our swastika, we don't mind.
Yeah,
Well, it's a
It's
I
a shame.
don't know. Or isn't it sort of like it's quite a universal sort of thing, swastika, isn't it? I think it comes from India, maybe.
no, I probably wish I never said it out loud now, but talking about it, sorry.
You've just made it.
I've just made it more than it's some of its parts. Where's the best place people should go online to find you, Paul? Because I put down your Bandcamp page and your Facebook page.
Thank you. I have a website. It's paulmosley.com, spelled Mosley. The same as, unfortunately, the Nazi sympathizer. Seems to run a theme. paulmosley.com leads to those two places anyway. So that's me. No relation.
You didn't make this up.
You've got, and it's come right downhill, isn't it? Keith says, KGB says, wow, amazing voice.
Thank you, Keith. That's very much appreciated. Cheers.
And you're going to hear more of it. We're having more of a chat with Paul, and check out his website and his songs a little bit more. We just got a couple of features. We'll take you off and see you again in a moment or two, Paul.
See you in a bit.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to just mute Paul and take him off there so he can carry on about his life. A lovely gentleman, a very talented one. And it's time to do Street Games of the Week.
Ooh.
With chalk and rope and youth and hope, we played those street games. Always getting dirty, sweaty, hot and shirty, played those street games. I kissed you behind the bike sheds. You told your mum. Knocked down Ginger and Kiss Chase and bubble gum. We played those street games of the week. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's one of your best jingles ever. I love that.
It nearly turned into a song. It shouldn't have had the change in it. And I just thought, oh, I'll leave it in and we can do a shorter version next week. Thank you.
I like it.
It was just a quick one last night. Very quick. The best ideas come the quickest. Not saying that's my best idea ever by far, but I always find the ones that come quick and early usually are the ones to go with. Okay, KGB, fantastic jingle, says KGB. Oh, thank you. Oh, really? Oh, I'm overcome. Dave says you could sing Toast. Oh, yeah, Paul Young special. Was it Q-Tips? No, not the Q-Tips.
No, it was just Paul Young, wasn't it? A little bit of Toast.
Right, first up in the Street Games of the Week, we are pitching. So you get two. You got two street games. You got to vote against each other. I don't know if I've got the balance right this week, but we're starting with Hopscotch, which is a popular playground game in which players toss a small object called a lagger into numbered triangles or patterns of rectangles outlined on the ground in chalk, and then they hop or jump through the spaces and try and retrieve the object. It can be played with several players or alone. It says Hopscotch is physical and cognitive workout. It's attested from 1200 to 600 BCE from the painted grey wave era of prehistoric India. Some of its origins is also listed amongst the games prohibited by Buddha. I'm not sure why that is, but there you go. You can guess. It's attested that an ancient form of hopscotch was played by Roman children and soldiers, probably in the city of Colchester. But the first recorded references to the game in the English-speaking world date back to the late 17th century, usually under the name Scop Hop or Scotch Hopper. Interestingly, in Czechoslovakia and Slovakia, both hop and scotch mean to jump. There we go. Have you played hopscotch before, Jeanette?
Yes, I have. Yes. It was I always found it a little bit easier. I wanted something more challenging because I had good balance and long skinny legs, and it was just a bit easy. But yeah, it didn't seem a lot of skill was involved.
No, I suppose you're younger, when you was like a younger kid, a little bit younger than the ladies in the picture below you. It was probably quite a big jump, wasn't it, for each part?
Not Yeah, not when you're
Jeanette with
you're
long
5'8" at 11 years old.
Oh God, she's a model and she looking good.
I was very tall and very thin at
Maybe
11.
you should try it now.
I should try it now. Yeah, I'm even.
Game.
I've got even better balance now after all the ballet.
Well,
Should we
we'll
set it up at memory after?
test that out.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a warm and toasty hopscotch. I'm up for that.
Well, we've got a memory afternoon in person on Monday at Greenstone Community Centre. Maybe we should get the chalks out.
I've got pavement chalks, but I can't be there on Monday. I've got to work.
Yeah, now all the excuses.
Now,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
I've only got next week, and then I'm off on holiday, so I'm going to cram loads of work into next week.
I don't know if it was a game boys played as much as girls. Hopscotch, Tom. You know.
Yeah, I think I did have a go. But probably to try and impress girls or something.
When nobody was looking.
Yeah. In the middle of the night, go out. Just test it out. See if you could do it.
Because certain things that were chalked on the ground where I lived, they lasted for like days, weeks. You know, and there were certain areas where, well, that's the hopscotch area where you'd chalk it and you'd get a faint line after time and then you'd redo it.
Did it never rain in Hackney?
Never.
Microclimate.
No, but the way they made the chalk in them days, it was from some sort of like special ingredient as well as chalk. That meant rain just didn't touch it as much. They did last.
It wasn't in the playground where they painted them in, was it?
That might have been it, Dave. Dave, I'm reading, Dave. That might have been it, Tom. What am I calling you, Dave? I'm just reading Dave's comments. He said, Toast, it may have been the Q-Tips, but Paul was on lead vocals. It was Street Band. He says
it was.
He's washing his hair. And Brian did, which I think means that he played hopscotch. I forget where we were. I can't remember where we were 2 seconds ago. This is
but did boys play hopscotch as much as girls? And Tom agreed that they didn't.
No.
But I think they did on the sly.
Secretly.
On the sly. Would you say that, like, because I know what they would want to play, Kiss Chase. Would you say Kiss Chase was a street game?
I suppose so, yeah. You're not going to do it kind of, in the woods. That'd be a bit weird.
Aren't you?
Aren't you? I love playing it in the woods.
I only remember Kiss Chase in the playground at school, really. Not anywhere you could hide. Nobody ever used to want to play it with me. That was the sad thing. Mind you, nobody could ever reach me, could they? They'd have to stand on a box to reach up to give me a kiss.
Jeanette never wanted to hide in Kiss Chase.
I had to play it in the playground so everybody could see me, and
you could see her.
I'd run really slowly with my big long legs. Never worked.
Me. Well, where I was, the girls would chase the boys as well quite a bit. It was great.
You're that bit younger. They were modern times talking about.
Right, that's going against. I haven't got a picture for this, and I don't know if it's a great matchup, but this one just. Somebody spoke about it a little while ago, and it just lit a light that was sort of quite dim in my past memory, but actually it was played quite a lot. And that was What's the Time, Mr. Wolf? I don't know if you remember that, people. The game begins with one child chosen to be Mr. Wolf and it's standing at one end of the playing area. The rest of the players stand in a line at the other end. Mr. Wolf turns his back to commence the game. The players call out, "What time is it, Mr. Wolf?" And Mr. Wolf turns and answers with a time of choice, such as 3 o'clock. And the group would take 3 steps forward. He then turns his back again while the children advance, chanting, "What's the time, Mr. Wolf?" Mr. Wolf gives another time until the players come very close. And he then responds, "It's dinner time." And he will chase the players back to the starting line, aiming to catch one, who then becomes the new Mr. Wolf. That's what it said on Wikipedia, and I'm going to trust that's what it was played like. In some parts of North America, the game is called What's the Time, Mr. Shark, when it's played at a ball or beach. What's the time, Mr. Lone Shark? Its origins are sketchy. It's believed the game was introduced by a clockmaker turned children's entertainer, Wild Billy Wolf, who achieved a modicum of fame and notoriety in Roman times. Possibly, maybe not. Anybody here in sight of a microphone pay, what's the time, Mr. Wolf?
Yes, I did. That's close to the microphone.
Thank you. I'll see you later. Thanks for coming on the show. And Tom, Tom was nodding.
Yep. Yeah, used to play that. Used to be more like this, maybe. Yeah, definitely Street. Yeah. I was thinking of something else actually.
Was it a bit like the Doctor Who thing where they did Don't Blink, and they get closer?
Oh, don't talk about the Weeping Angels. No, that was have nightmares.
There's one behind. Don't look.
I can't look because it's just...
But I remember being that scared of the wolf or something when we were getting closer. Yeah, that was like Doctor Who moment for me.
Oh, yeah, nervy moments.
those girls don't look very worried, do they? Just leaning against.
They're leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street, aren't they? I think they're probably playing cricket in 19.
Maybe that was another street game. Leaning against the wall.
Yeah, leaning against the wall. It was a good game. Yeah. Used to do cards against the wall. I don't know what that was called. You'd flick to knock the cards down, or penny against the wall, trying to get as near to the wall as possible.
Yep.
Or anything near to the wall was a game.
That was a boys' game. Girls would have skipping on the curb, doing that, or handstands against a wall. That kind of thing.
Love that game. Love that when the girls played that. Well, when you think of street games, what would you say? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? I don't know if it's a big one, but it was in my childhood.
It was quite a big one, yeah.
Hide and seek. Marbles. I know earlier ones, whip and top, and jacks.
Jacks, yeah.
What was the one we used to play? It was like hide and seek, but we called it Tin Tan Tommy. And you banged a can, and people had a time. Tin Tan Tommy. I can't remember what you said after that. And people would run and hide. And we had a version called Runouts that became Planet of the Apes, because there was a TV show at the time called Planet of the Apes. And if you had a bike, you were the apes. And if you didn't have a bike, you were the humans, and you had to hide. And I hid for a whole afternoon in an underground car park on the estate under a car. I don't know who it belonged to. The whole afternoon, nobody ever found me. It was a world record for hiding. But when I come back, they'd all gone home and had new lives and grown up and had children and everything.
But I think those hide and seek games, they did morph into other things, didn't they? Just because of the surroundings, because I remember when we lived in Mersey, it was my grandfather's caravan site we lived on, and there was a swimming pool, and on the swimming pool was a slide. And what you used to do is you used to stand on the top of the slide, because it had a balcony, had railings and stuff. People would go and hide behind all the caravans and stuff like that, and they would have to get to the slide and touch the slide before you could see them, and you could you'd call them out before they touched the slide. So it's sort of like the same sort of thing, isn't it?
I like the sound of that, Tom.
You make it to sort of fit your surroundings, and I think that's what was nice about them. You'd sort of use what was about you, wouldn't you, to do essentially the same game.
Yeah. And also can make it a bit more adventurous, because you could add different tasks as you say, depending on your location. Love that. Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. Remember games of your youth, and you've got two to choose from, ladies and gentlemen. Would you choose hopscotch or what's the time, Mr. Wolf? There are your two choices. Vote for one, and one will be crowned the first ever street game of the week on the Woman Toasty Club Online Memory Afternoon, episode 98. In a month, we're going to be 100.
I hope we play this game again, or do this of the week, because I really like the jingle. I want to hear that again.
You might hear it again.
You can buy it now.
can buy it. Yeah, it's on iTunes and all the popular online shops. Not
Jono's Jingles.
Jono's Jingles. Dave said Kiss Chase was a school playground game. Yeah.
I thought so.
Keith's voting for What's the Time, Mr. Wolf.
Oh, good, we got a vote. Oh.
Dave's saying Herp Scourge. He's going with his clever spelling of things. So we're going to get people to ask to vote for that. On there's going to be like one vote on each. So we might need to take those pictures of and look for Mr. Paul Mosley, because he may be able to have the deciding vote. Let's see. I can see he's singing away in the background there. Hey, Paul.
Oh.
He's getting ready to come back on. How are you? I heard you singing away there. It was lovely.
Sorry, I was just having a little practice while you were talking about hopscotch.
Yeah. Did you do street games? Were these two familiar to you? You're quite a bit younger.
Yeah, no, that's not that much younger. Thank you, though. Yeah, they were definitely. What times at Mr. Wolf we did it at school as well as in the street. That crossed the line between school and street game. But one of our weirdly games we used to play was, and none of us are religious at all in our family, and it doesn't go anywhere bad, don't worry. But we used to reenact scenes from the Bible because it was the only thing we all knew in common.
Okay.
I was very, very young at this point, and I don't remember anything about the Bible particularly. But I think because we had to, even non-religious schools would do readings, would like say the Lord's Prayer, so wouldn't you? Everyone would have to do a bit of Jesus in your life, even if you weren't a believer. And yeah, we used to reenact scenes from the Bible as children. That was our street game.
Do you know what? That resonates with me, because I didn't play in the street, but I've got several siblings, and my mum came into the living room one day and we were there playing, and we were playing church, and one of us had got some bread or something, and we were doing Holy Communion because we used to have to go to mass every week because we were Catholics. And so yeah, we used to reenact Holy Communion.
Yeah, I think you just reenact things you've heard of. So like, what you're going to be when you grow up, I'll be either a shopkeeper or a teacher or whatever your mum and dad do, because you know what those things, they're the 4 things you've heard of. Shop, teacher, fireman, maybe. That was it.
I used to love playing shops, and I seem to recall that we did something similar with the stories from the Bible. Or am I thinking it was a nativity play, and am I getting the two mashed up?
It could have been. That's where it came from, actually. Maybe that's what it was. We all got into the idea that there was more episodes of that series, Nativity. What about these?
Oh, sweet memories, sweet memories.
Indeed.
So you're going to sing us another song, Paul?
We'll sing another song. I'm going to do a cover. I have been chastised many times for my lack of cover versions. Basically, when the pandemic came, it was pretty obvious that like there wasn't much work for musicians because nobody was doing anything or going out. And it was really obvious that the thing I've never really done is got into doing other people's songs. I've been quite lucky that I've just done my own thing and people have liked it enough to keep going at the level I was at. But really, if you're a musician, you should do things people can sing along with now and again. However, I'm doing a cover no one's heard of. Some of your listeners might have done. Harry Nilsson is a big favourite of mine.
Okay, yeah.
From his animated series, animated film called The Point. Everyone knows that. It's like a kid's story. I've done a couple of kids' albums myself, and I've done a lot of public theatre is kind of what I do for my job. I do music for public theatre. And I always think this would make a great puppet show. It's called The Point. This is a song called Think About Your Troubles.
Okay, we'll get out of the way, your way, ladies and gentlemen, for the second time, Paul Mosley.
Sit beside the breakfast table, think about your troubles. Pour yourself a cup of tea and think about the bubbles. You can take your teardrops and drop them in a teacup. Take them down to the riverside, throw them over the side to be swept up by current. Take them to the ocean to be eaten by some fishes who are eaten by some fishes and swallowed by a whale who grew so old he decomposed. He died and left his body to the bottom of the ocean. Now everybody knows that when a body decomposes, the basic elements are taken back to the ocean. and the cedars what it ought to, and soon the salty water is not too good for drinking. It tastes just like a teardrop going through a filter. It comes out from the tap down into a teapot, which is just about to bubble. Think about your trouble. Ooh, Mr. Harry Nilsson.
I'm clapping. I just can't find Tom. There he is. I do it now. One hand on the button and one hand clapping. You threw me there. I was expecting another verse or so.
It's a little short one, but it's a cute one. I like it.
It's very nice. Thank you very much, Paul. Round of applause, says Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah. And Dave, you probably saw Tom's message, but the operating system we're using, the platform is called Be Live. I think it might be B.live. Yeah. So check that out if you're wanting to do any streaming. Christine says, lovely, Paul.
Thank you, Christine.
He's one of your favourites. Where do you take inspiration from? From life, from other artists, from family, from friends?
Listening to you talking today, I realised a lot of my songs are about reminiscing. There's a lot of what to be taken from thinking back and seeing who you are now and who you were then and how different it might be and how much you're the same and all those two things. It's like, I think a lot of what we talk about amongst ourselves is that, isn't it, really? Is do you remember when, but also just in the more serious parts of your life as well, like when the people we've lost and the people we don't see anymore, which we did. I think my songs tend to be about that stuff. It's like, I think it's both emotional and relatable. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of my aim to be. I could go quite pretentious if I wanted to. I love music. I love songs. I think about them all the time. And so I could disappear at my own bum if I wanted to. But I like to keep it so people can also come to the party. You know what I mean? So yeah, day-to-day life and kind of just those. I think a lot of it is memories of.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also where we learn as well, isn't it? Because sometimes in life you do things and make mistakes and you don't do it again, usually. I just realised Dave Collison, I was thinking, I know that name. Dave Collison, he says, my whole act is about reminiscing, lol. He was with us very recently as a Roy Orbison tribute act at our in-person afternoons, and very good he is at it.
And I'm liking that he's left a big O in his Dave Collison name online as well.
Yeah. He knows what he's about.
Yes.
That's really good. Nice to see you, Dave. Sorry, I didn't add up. I just thought I know the name. Paul, that's wonderful. We'll talk a little bit more. We'll break just to do the street game of the. Actually, let's leave you on that for a minute. Let's leave you there just in case, because we've got not a lot of people have voted. Jeanette, what are the scores on the street game of the week, please?
Well, there's an outright winner, as there quite often is, and the winner today is Hopscotch.
Hopscotch, nice and easy. 3-1.
3-1. Now, I can see that there's more people watching, and I did see it popped up on because I've kind of got this on my phone, and it tells me who's watching that are my friends on Facebook. And it did say a little while ago that AD Johnson might be watching. So hi, AD, if you are.
Hi,
and you didn't vote. You missed out.
Missed out there. A lot of people, Paul, watch the show but don't always comment, and some just listen to the show like a podcast. Yeah, it's nothing to do with our faces, I've been reliably told. I can't be sure. And a lot of people watch it afterwards. It's funny because the figures come up after a bit, and what do we normally get? like
Hundreds, isn't it?
Hundreds, yeah. I mean, I think we've had about 37,000 views of our 98 episodes. So it's not massive, very cottage industry, but it's nice.
That's the best way to be. The bigger world of entertainment is a nasty thing. Let's all just stay here.
It keeps us off the streets.
Yes. we continue lockdown.
Certainly for an hour or two.
And AD comes on and says, "Hi, folks. Hi to you, AD. To let you know you was there." Paul, we'll pop you off for a minute and we'll invite you back for your last song. Thank you so much, sir. That was lovely. We'll see you in a moment or two. The wonderful Paul Mosley there. What an entertaining guy and talented to boot. Double
I like the
prize.
idea of kids' puppet shows and doing music for that.
Yeah,
Look at his website and see.
yeah. Check out his work because he's done some
Yeah.
sterling work. Really great
Sounds
stuff.
really interesting.
Yeah. Now we go to, let me get my jingles together. Poem of the week.
It's poem of the week. It's sometimes short and sweet. It's poem of the week, and it's always magnifique.
Well, today's poem, it's not hugely long, Jono, just so you know. But I've been thinking about this because I may have mentioned I'm going on holiday in just over a week. I'm going to go to Crete, where it's hot and sunny, and with my sister and stay in a really lovely hotel. And the thing that I do on holiday that I don't do any other time really is read books. And so I was thinking about a poem about books, and I came across this one. And this is by a lady called Julia Donaldson, who does lots of kids' books. And I remember reading lots of her stuff to my daughter when she was little, and I really like her. So this poem is called I Opened a Book by Julia Donaldson. I opened a book and in I strode. Now nobody can find me. I've left my chair, my house, my road, my town, and my world behind me. I'm wearing the cloak. I've slipped on the ring. I've swallowed the magic potion. I've fought with a dragon, dined with a king, and dived in a bottomless ocean. I opened a book and made some friends. I shared their tear and laughter, and followed their road with its bumps and bends to the happily ever after. I finished my book and out I came. The cloak can no longer hide me. My chair and my house are just the same, but I have a book inside me. That was I Opened a Book by Julia Donaldson. I think she did the poem Room on the Broom, which was one of my favourite, one about a witch. It was lovely.
Very
So
nice. Very nice.
thank you very much.
We've not got loads of live viewers, so I'll have to wait for a minute to see whatever they comment. Yes, they do. They do. Chrissy, long time. She's there more or less every show since the beginning.
Oh.
98 shows. That's pretty good going. Thank
Well
you.
done, Chrissy. You should get a medal.
Yes, absolutely. Poor dear. Lovely as usual, Jeanette, she says.
Thank you, Chrissy.
People like your poems. I worry not about the poems. I think they're great, but I worry sort of going fortnightly. You know, do people drop off? Because we sort of like, I don't like missing out on people. I suppose now they'll just have to have busy lives. And I guess thinking about it sort of like slightly seriously, in the sort of more later spring going into summer months, people have got lots more opportunity to do stuff, haven't they, and go out.
Yeah.
That's really
It's saying that we do this fortnightly usually.
Yeah.
This year, but I think we're coming back in 3 weeks' time after today. Is that right?
It might be. Oh, she says that, and I need to get my calendar open, Mrs. Get-
Because next week we don't do it. The week after I'm in Crete, and we're not doing one there, and then we're doing one the week after that. So
Yes, we are
a
actually.
wedding to go to or something.
Well, I'll just tell you that there's a lady called the Queen. She's got a jubilee on. You see,
Oh,
have you heard of her? Yeah, she's quite popular. We are back on the 10th of June with Mr. Tom Houston, one of our friends to the show, who's always a good laugh and an entertaining guest. We'll be back on the 10th of June. That's when we're back next, and I'll advertise that again. But yeah, I don't know. How's it going for you people out there? Are you still enjoying it? Is it still great? And then 3 people replies, yeah. I know a lot of people
Every
do that
week.
afterwards. But anyway, I'm talking shop, and that's just my mind going, and probably my back medication kicking in. And then I say, you know, sometimes you get on medication and I say what's in my head rather than processing it.
Yeah, we have to watch you.
And,
Don't worry, we'll edit this out before it goes out.
oh, thank you. We won't, but thank you. Right, Mr.
We
Paul
can't.
Mosley. Let's get Paul back on. Dave says it's my first time and it's been nice. Thank you, Dave. You're a gentleman. Hello again, Paul.
Hello.
Hello.
Lovely poem, Jeanette. I did a version of a Julia Donaldson show. I did the Further Adventures of the Island Puss and Cat for Little Angel in London. I did.
Oh, how lovely. I was just saying after we spoke to you last time, I'm going to look at your website and have a look at all the things you do, because I marvel at stuff like that, because I didn't have a lot of children's stuff around me when I was little. I just had my siblings to play with, but we didn't, watch on TV or anything like that. And so when I had my daughter fairly late in life as well, I got to do so much stuff with her. I got to read to her all the time and go to shows and go to London a lot and see shows. And I just had the best time and reading so many children's books. And I was wowed at what clever people are, not just the writers of poetry, but the writers of books and shows that I've seen, and music that you said that you do music for children as well. I had lots and lots of CDs that I'd play with her, and it's just the whole world, children's world now is lovely. So much good stuff.
It is. There's a lot of, especially in theatre, there's a lot of theatres that really only fill up when it's a kids show, and that's just how they make their money, by doing kids shows. So all the theatre makers go, okay, great, we'll make some kids shows. So you've got some brilliant people whose energies are all going into making stuff that's in theory for kids, but actually it's really great stuff.
They do that nowadays, don't they? They make things so that they keep the adults' interest as well, which I love. Things like even films like Shrek. There's so many bits that kids don't get, that that are just a bit above their heads, and I quite like that. That's good.
Lovely. Paul, what have you got coming up? Anything particularly gig-wise, or you sort of like not got back into that too much yet?
A little bit. I'm doing what I've been invited to do basically at the moment. I haven't really sort of gone out there looking for anything and said I'm back, but I've been invited to do a few things. So I'm doing a couple. I think I'm at the Green Note in London in July. I will surreptitiously look at when that is. I'm definitely doing a Christmas show there. I'm being too slow. I've also got there's a theatre piece called Caravan for an Icelandic Puppet Theatre Company, who I work with quite a lot. And that should be coming to London and the Edinburgh Festival. And I think there's bits in the middle, but I haven't been told what they are yet. Is
it this year on the 30th of September you're playing with Hannah Nicholson down in the basement at the Green Note?
That was last year.
Yeah, they need to update their website, don't they?
They do, don't they? Yes, but no. I'll put it on the website as soon as I find out what it is. I'm at the Green Note again in July and November. July and December. I'm up in Hartlepool, where I'm from, in July again as well. And I've got one on the South Bank as kind of open air thing at South Bank in August. There'll be an album soon as well. I am working on an album. It's just everything's not quite as it was, and it still isn't back to normal yet. So we have to keep doing a bit more work to make things move along. Everything's a bit slower than it used to be. But yes, I am. There's a puppet show. There's an album. There's some live gigs all coming. There'll be more information on the website when I've got my life in order.
Yeah, we'll put your website link up. I know it's going to be great. You make music that really soothes the soul, I think, and lifts you up. And this next song that I know you're going to do, it was from your album A Chattering with Birds. Shut up. I've got to press that pause button. One day I will learn that. If you do check out Paul, check out all of his work, but check out an album called A Chattering of Birds, which was absolutely fantastic. And I believe you're going to do a song from it as your last song, Paul.
I am. Thank you very much. Yes. This is a song about being in London and going back to Hartlepool to see my family, going back between the two. They're quite different places. You may have noticed that, London and Hartlepool. It's kind of about that and about finding the space to breathe, which is we've been discussing earlier as well, and in nature and in animals, and seeing those moments and kind of relating to this skylark in the sky. It's called Skylark Above Me. There was a moment when I saw this skylark in the sky and really felt something, but at the same time, I have no idea what that skylark's doing. It might be about to have a poo for all I know. It's a very significant moment of like, oh, there's a thing. And I like those moments. So this is about that.
Okay, we'll get out of your way one more time. The last time this afternoon, very much a pleasure to have him on our show, the wonderful Paul Mosley.
Thank you very much. A long and heavy night in Soho, barefoot carrying my shoes. Where did the people go to? Thought I'd be going home with you. Before I get too lonely, I hear the chorus of the dawn, dawn, dawn. Feel the sun start to rise. Breathe the morning air. Let it shine some light into these eyes. Shake these bones while they still have need for dancing. And that skylark above me, oh, it tells me I'm alive. A different night, same situation. London's fashionable East End. You say I need an education, then try to fix me up with your friend. That is not what my heart was hoping for. That could bring a body down, down, down. And I feel that sound. Breathe the morning air. Let us shine some light into these eyes. Shake these bones while they still have need for dancing. Skylark above me, oh, it tells me I'm alive. Little bird, you sing your song to me. You don't know the troubles I've seen. That's I have reached for a seat at this feast. They offer us the bones like they were roses. Yes, they offer us the bones like they were roses. Before I get too lonely, I hear the chorus of the dawn, dawn, dawn. The sun will always rise. Breathe the morning air. Let it shine some light into these eyes. Shake these bones while they still have need for dancing. And that skylark above me, oh, it tells me I'm alive. Long and heavy night in Soho.
That was the loveliest one yet. I love that. Really nice.
Absolutely. Sorry. Go.
I really like your piano style. That's lovely. And I noticed in the first one you did, and you have that kind of little tinkling bit off to the end. I really like that. Just little. Is that your little signature thing?
It's all a bit theatre, but that's okay. Yes, thank you.
I really like it.
Thanks a lot.
I don't think of it as theatre. I'm attracted to melodic music and that changes and has a variation of dynamic, and that's what attracted me to your music. Apart from the fact of that's my favourite song, and I think it shows off your voice and the different range within your voice. Just lovely, just so nice.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's been lovely to be here. Cheers.
It's a pleasure to have you on, Paul. Adi Johnson, a fine artist in his own right, says very nice, Paul, and sends applause.
Maybe I know Eddie a little bit.
KGB Keith says, oh, he applauds at least 4 times. That means he quite likes you.
Thank you, Keith.
And there'll probably be more coming up, I'm sure, and more from people watching afterwards. Paul, you are such a lovely man and such a talented artist. I just want to wish you well going forward. Can't wait to hear new material as and when it's ready. And best of luck in all your escapades, really. I hope everything goes well for you.
Thank you, Jono, and exactly the same to you. It is always a pleasure to see you doing what you do and bringing so much joy to people. It's fantastic. I'm delighted to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, mate. We'll see you again. We'll have you back. I'll send you some more dates and we can get you back live from Kent. Yes.
Brilliant.
We'll see you on the other side. Thanks, Paul. Mr. Paul Mosley.
Bye, Paul.
Bye, Paul. What a lovely gentleman.
Isn't it? That last song, though, it was beautiful. I know exactly what you mean. That shows off his voice really well.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Very melodic.
I've just that song just makes me go a bit gooey. So I'm going to have to get off air quite quickly before I go into jelly because it just makes me, I'm so happy and chilled. And check out that album. Check out all of his albums. Christine says, thank you again for a great afternoon. Love to you all. Big thanks for everybody that comes along and watches our show, whether now on the live or joins us on the chat or watches it later. You are special people. We love being with you. We love doing this with you. And I love doing these shows with Tom and Jeanette. And big thanks to the National Lottery Community Fund for supporting our work. We are back on the 10th, Friday, the 10th of June. A break for the Queen's Jubilee of the couple of weeks' time. I hope you enjoy that and hope you get to do things or just get out of the house and just have a nice sunshine days. Whatever you do, have a good one. Thanks for being with us. Thanks, Tom and Jeanette, and of course, Mr. Paul Mosley. I'm going to get the outro credits and say see you soon.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a great one.
We've all got a tale to tell. Times were not always so, but putting it all aside, we made it through by and by. It's warm and toasty in here. Share our laughter, sometimes tears. You'll be welcome with a cup of tea and a biscuit, maybe 2 or 3. Wrapped in a little white cloth, cooking for hours in the old iron pot. There's a jam roly-poly for tea, enough for you and Dad and Grandma and me. What did we like the most? Fish paste sandwich or peas on toast? Nothing could come close to bubble and squeak the day after